because we start to learn English when we are a little kid, so maybe I think it's 5 or 6.
My mother being Filipino and my father being African American, it was always, I guess, part of my identity to kind of be aware of different types of races.
I remember like my mom being proud of me when I was in like the first grade because I had befriended like another black student in my class, and my mom was really proud of me for that. And I didn't really understand that, and I kind of started to realize that like, oh, like he's different than me. He has a different skin color than me.
Like media definitely promotes stereotypes. Like for example, I'm an Arab, so basically my religion is Islam. And like these days there's like a huge fuss going on like banning Muslims, and the fact that people think that all Arabs are like terrorists.
It's kind of ridiculous that people still think that all Latin Americans are Mexican. I mean, I guess it's kind of reinforced by our president saying that when he said Mexico, they're sending their worst and Mexicans are all this, he didn't just mean Mexico, he meant pretty much any Hispanic.
I have a friend who, for example, happened with her, she wears like a hijab, and there's this store at the mall called Charming Charlie, and whenever she goes there, the manager over there like looks at her and follows her and calls the security whenever she's there. Yeah. And it happened with her not just once, maybe 3 or 4 times.
Called like a dumb blonde. I've been called like a slut. People just like think I'm stupid and maybe like little rich girl kind of thing. I think that I don't have to work for anything or that I come from money, just like I guess based on the way that I dress and stuff like that. But like my family is lower middle class and I'm not uppity like a lot of people tend to think I am, but that's probably what I get stereotyped as the most.
I think probably the most common stereotype that I get put into is just that I'm confused because I identify as non-binary, which essentially means that I identify with some aspects of femininity and some aspects of masculinity, but I don't consider myself to be either male or female. But because I dress very masculine and I'm interested in having a more masculine body, a lot of folks will just say that like I'm confused or like attention seeking.
I believe it was my freshman year. A young lady was on Snapchat writing on the board. I think it was a list of things that were wrong with USC, and one of them were one of the things on the list was niggers.
Me and realize like I have a female voice, and they'll like panic and like say, I mean ma'am, and then it's like really traumatic for me because then I'm like, well, actually, I mean, if you're gonna make me choose, I'd probably rather you like sir me than ma'am me, and so it just gets really awkward because people are really uncomfortable with like the ambiguity.
Only for good grade, yeah. Actually, it's for examination. I didn't recognize that I can communicate with more people with my second language.
So it was just a part of your education.
Yeah, yeah.
A friend in Clemson, her friend is from Iran, and she was in Iran while this ban happened, and she was a graduate student in engineering, and she can't come back now because of the ban.
Oh my God.
And she can't complete her master's in engineering.
That is crazy.
And that is crazy because we are in college and we know how important this is to us. And imagine your education being stopped because of one stupid, silly thing and because of the stereotypeness that surrounds people.
That's already made them get a visa instead of just trying to hop the fence, because it is impossible to hop the fence at this point. Like with all the technology that we already have along that border, it is impossible. Like it's like the rates to try to have someone smuggle you across are just through the roof. Specifically for that reason, because I mean it is just so hard within itself already. So trying to have that wall is just, it's a waste of money. The border's already there.
How to become tolerant, like not even just towards races but religions and like political views, so where we can like sit down and learn how to talk to people without getting angry.
Now the education system has become more diverse, there should be like a look into teaching every culture. Teaching culture here is more like a chapter in a book rather than its entire. There's the entirety of history includes immigrants, includes different ethnicities. So
It's a well-known fact that teaching a child a second language essentially makes them smarter, make them be able to pick up things quicker. So that would help with that within itself. But then again, also learning a different language. Once you learn a language, you can truly learn the culture.